So hey everybody, how you doing? I'm out here mixing up some resin for some blanks that I'm casting, so I thought I'd throw out a quick update. As you might have noticed, I've been gone for a little while, and that was mainly by choice. Excuse me if I don't look at the camera. I'm weighing out stuff. And this last year was my daughter's last year in high school, so I wanted to spend more time in the house instead of being out here. And filming was also becoming more of a chore. I almost felt guilty not being out here filming when I was doing something, and it got to the point of where I just stopped coming out because I felt bad because I wasn't recording, then I felt bad because I wasn't doing anything out here, and it was just a whole vicious circle. Excuse me while I pour again. You have fun looking at my, old hair. So anyway, she's off to college now. The empty nest syndrome has kicked in, and I'm out here back in the shop more. And I find myself with a little more time to be able to film again. Now that might change a little bit because my position at work has changed. I've moved into a higher position, which means I might be on the road a little bit more. So I might actually have less time out here in the shop, but I think the time that I have out here will be a little more productive. And 150. Done pouring. Now comes the mixing. So what I've decided to try and do is maybe mix up the format a little bit. Maybe a little less talking to the camera, more just shots of me doing stuff, maybe voiceover of talking about what I'm doing. I've also got some different stuff I'm going to be doing out here. I've recently, well not recently, this last year I joined the Pen Artisan Guild, PAG, P-A-G. And that is a group of individuals who make bespoke pens, but they do everything by hand, and that includes the metalwork. So the only thing that's purchased for the pens is the nib, the feed, and the I always forget this one. Damn it. Reservoir? No. Converter. Converter. That's what it is. So it's the feed, the nib, and the converter. Those are the only purchased components that are allowed. Everything else has to be made by the pen maker. So if I'm going to use a clip or accent rings, that has to be made by me or contracted out to somebody who also makes stuff by hand. So no CNCs, no computers involved. So just, it's an artisan thing, I guess. Which means my scope here is going to change a little bit. I want to start doing a little bit of metalwork, mostly by hand. But I've also recently picked up a new piece of equipment, and let me show it to you here. So this is my recent purchase. It is a South Bend 1940 Model 9A metal lathe with the quick change gearbox, and once I get the new equipment attached to it, it will also have power longitudinal and power crossfeed. As you can see, I've already stripped down and repainted the tailstock, so that's the color that this is going to end up being in the end. The next part I'm probably going to tackle is the cross slide and the apron, which is right down here, but I have a replacement for that. And then I'll move on to the headstock, quick change gearbox, and redo the bed. So as you can see, even though I'm really shaking right here, am I shaking, bacon? I got a lot of work cut out for me here on this lathe, but it's going to be a real learning opportunity for me. Now there's tons of videos out there that show you how to strip down and refurb South Bend lathes. So I'm not going to be going through step by step on this. I'm just going to show you progress as I move through. So you'll see updates on the condition of that lathe. You'll see casting videos and more turning videos, because I'm going to be starting to turn more of the bespoke pens, still turning kit pens as well. Let's face it, people like kit pens. Not everybody wants a fountain pen or a bespoke pen. So you gotta put stuff where the need is. So anyway, looks like my molds are just about up to temperature and just about time for me to pour. I still misplace tools, but the case of the dropsies has gotten much better. So, yeah, resin's getting up to temperature, and the molds are getting there, so it's time for me to pour. So I'm going to turn this off for now, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, other thing. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. I know it's probably strange subscribing to something and waiting a year for an updated video. Sorry about that. But like I said, I have my reasons. Hopefully you'll see a lot more of me here in the future. So everybody have a safe and good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.